All right. Um, Yesterday, I wouldn't call it a debate, but had a little skirmish with some Hebrews slash Christians. I don't think they know what they is. I don't know. But I tell people you can't really predate that Bible or anything Hebrew before the 4th century BCE, which was Ptolemy, the Greeks, So they hit me with the Victory Stella, which I was waiting patiently for, because most Hebrews either don't know of it or they wait to the very last end to speak of it. So they brought up the Victory Stella, which I know all about the Stellas. But what I was trying to get them to understand is the word that they keep, these white people telling you that the Stellas say Israel. But when you go to these Stellas, if you read the Medjunetter, or if you read Greek, if you go to these Stellas and you see the word they use for Israel, it is Habiru. And once you look up what the hell is the Habiru, most Hebrews, some modern day Hebrews gonna say, oh, that just means Hebrew. That's a complete lie. The Habiru people were day laborers, slaves. They tell you, our ancestors tell you exactly where they came from. That these were majority crackers. They were white people, but they were mixed as well. And the Stella is going to tell you that their origin was in Mesopotamia / Levant. But if you did real research, because I told you they're mixed people, if you did real research, you would see that these Habiru people come from and out of Anatolia. It's just that simple. You got to do real research. What's the coincidence that the Hyksos, whatever you want to call them, just conquered Egypt, and we just kicked them back up out of there, and then all of a sudden you got Habiru people on the outskirts of our land in the Levant. Come on, man. Use common sense. It don't take much to research once you use common sense. Back then, in those times, 1400, 1500, 1600 BCE, what you call the Levant or Canaan was still owned by us. That is Kemet land. That is a trading ports. It was trading ports all through that land that belonged to Egypt. Y'all have to understand this land, the Levant region, or Canaan, whatever you want to call it, was strictly used for trade. It was Egyptian territory, which the Egyptians used for trade because they didn't want people coming into the Delta to trade. Because you got foreigners, you got Asians, you got Europeans, you got Arabs, you got the coon black people that today you'll call them Hebrews or Moors, but you have all these people that wanted to come to Egypt and trade because we was giving out gold like it was nothing. We was giving out gold like it was water, and other nations couldn't understand that shit. So they'll come to us and trade us whatever we thought was valuable and give them gold. Sometimes it was frankincense, sometimes it was salt, but most of the time we had the most valuable item that the rest of the nations wanted, so they came to us to trade. And where they came was the Levant area. They didn't come to Egypt. They came to Levant. So again, if you're going to use the Victory Stella or the Israel Stella, for one, you have to know there is not one word in there for Israel, period. And for two, you have to understand that they're calling you Hebrews, you Israelites, the Habiru people. And I just told you, dummies, the Habiru people are mixed people, mainly white people. So I don't know why Hebrews keep going back. Well, they try to justify certain things, but it always take them right back to a white man. Every time. It's nothing that they pick or choose, or the Bible origins, beginning origins is going to make you go back to your ancestors. It's not. The Bible itself is making you how can I say this? It's making you demonize your ancestors. It's making you demonize your blackness, and you don't even know it. Hebrews like to say that, all black people are Hamites, but us, were Shemites. I mean, you don't need much common sense to understand that ain't no such thing as Shemite. None of Noah descendant, none of that crap is real. But if you're going to sit here and tell me that you not Hamite and you strictly Shemite, in your own scriptures, it tell you, not only did y'all keep coming to Egypt for help and aid, because you motherfuckers couldn't feed yourselves, you motherfuckers was running from people, y'all kept coming to Kemet for aid and help. Not only that, but y'all also mix with Egyptians. Period. So how in the hell could you stay Shemite, if there was one? How can you stay Shemite through a bloodline when you intermix with Egyptians, Nubians, pretty much Africans? Okay? You got to make it make sense. And these Hebrews, they don't have common sense. They don't want to use common sense. They just want to strictly tell you what the Bible says, and what the Bible says is facts because it came from God himself. That's their excuses. They don't want to use common sense. They're not going to do real research. They don't want to backdate the Bible to see that it's all European bullshit. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in, drop this into the YouTube. I had the little debate or skirmish, whatever we had. I had it recorded. I recorded the whole little debate, but when you upload it to YouTube, they monetize it. Copyrights, swear words, all types of crap. But they wouldn't let me upload it to my channel. So if anybody wanted to see it directly, I could drop it into my Facebook group and y'all can see it from there. But as far as it being on my YouTube channel, it's not gonna be there. But I'm just gonna put this in the YouTube, and I'm gonna send this out through Facebook links and etc. Right now I'm not home. I'm out of town. But when I get back home, I got a debate lined up against some Moors. I debated the Moors before I left, but we didn't finish it because they wanted to go research something. So I gave them 3 days to go research. That's another thing. You people are in the middle of y'all research. You're still learning, which is nothing wrong with that. I was there at a point in time. But don't come to me acting like you know something when what you researching, I researched 3, 4, 5 years ago. I'm past that point. So it irritates me when you tell somebody some facts or you give them something to go research, and because they never heard of it or didn't do the research, they just deny it outright, or they say it's a lie. I don't got time for that. Facts are facts. You can't disprove facts. And my wife bought me got a new one. Look at this. Because you fucking Hebrews be out here dressed like fucking Power Rangers and fucking white people. Look at this. Beautiful dashiki. Beautiful. Anyways. Y'all see me in that. But let me know, man. Inbox me, comment below, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. I do try to get to the comments. There's a few comments I got to get to. If it's dumb, I'm not going to answer it. Obviously, you're just trying to be a funny guy, so I'm not going to answer any funny or rude comments. But if you generally have a question, I have an answer. If I don't, I will tell you I don't. I will tell you that I can't answer this and I'm still researching it. I'm not going to tell you some verse out the Bible to make you get out my inbox. No, that's not me. I'm here to speak facts. But anyways, I'm going to drop the video and I'm going to share the link into the Facebook. I appreciate it.